Are you ready, guys? We're here.
Yeah.
No.
Show number one. Hey, everybody! This is a little something different for me. I'm usually in a different genre, if you will, of live podcasts. But through Spencer at Woodwalkers, this goofball below me, Jeff Yarrington, did a show, and I happened to catch the beginning part of the show there when I got home that particular day, which obviously was after the show, and I said, well, that guy lives in northern Harford County, so do I. And I was like, that's really weird. So I managed to get a hold of him. And from there on, it's like, wow, we got a lot of stuff in common. Some crazy craps happened. And we're 5 miles apart. And then this other goofball to my side, Ted, that I really don't know him that well, but I'm still picking on him. But anyway, it's I've always wanted to do something like this, but it was nice to know that we got a couple of guys here locally. Ted's actually the one that would be in Pennsylvania, hence the Mason Dixon was the proper name for the Mason Dixon Cryptids. We've all had experiences. Some of us have had sightings. Some of us have heard wildcats hollering and stuff. Oh, poor Jeff. I've been picking on Jeff. Jeff's had one holler at him, and I said, "Yeah, you heard a wildcat or something." But he's starting to get a little more aggravated with me every time I say it, but that's okay. We got 9 watching. Come on, hopefully we get some guys.
That's okay. We can take you back and recreate that night.
Hey, it might happen one day. You never know. You never know. So we got comments here already, real quick. So, hey, Nicole Morrison's on board. Yeah, and when I cut these other 2 loose, we're looking for some moderators. I'm sure eventually we're going to need them because the naysayers hate the subject, and but that's okay. We can handle it.
I'm sure
some of us know different.
Of them sneak in there.
Yeah, but tonight's show really is just for these guys to get their feet wet. They've both been on podcasts before. I've been doing them since 2019 with my other show, but we just wanted to get our feet wet out here and tell the couple of things that's happened to us. And a couple of us have been on Woodwalkers, and this is Ted's first hooray with the Bigfoot world over here, so to speak. So we're gonna. Why don't we just start with what's the matter?
Did you do Vic Cundiff's, Ted?
What's up?
You went on Vic Cundiff's show, didn't you?
No. Oh yeah, I did go on Vic's. Yeah.
Vic Cundiff, okay. That's Dogman and stuff, but this is really just. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I went on Bill Rugby's show too.
Okay.
Once, but that was
Hi,
more
Jacob.
more like a talk, not an interview.
Okay, but anyway, we'll get you introduced to Ted. We'll probably just cut him loose first. He has some interesting situation, which is going to lead into show number 2, probably next week, if we can keep Jeff squared away on the schedule here.
We're not going to. He's late all the time.
That's okay. As long as he shows up. We're used to it. In case you haven't noticed, Jeff's our punching bag. So,
but the dairy farmer always gets the shit.
Go to college. Never showed up.
That's right. That's right. So, and I got some tractor pull people coming in to watch the show. So that's pretty cool.
Awesome.
That's my that's what my regular show is. And we do have a Facebook page that started that this morning. I'm a little behind. I've been very busy. And we also started a YouTube channel for this podcast, but it has obviously nothing going on yet. And connectivity right now with everything being new for it to work is going to have to go through EEP pulling videos. So stay tuned. It's all going to be going to Mason Dixon Cryptids on that part. So, but I'm going to tractor pulling is where it's at. That's right, Nicole. But this is about cryptids. I'm all about tractor pulling, believe me. But okay, it's not easy, putting your face and your name out here on a subject that has a lot of scrutiny. Subjects, not just subject. It's not just Bigfoot. It's a lot of stuff, a lot of different stuff. And, but I want to start with Ted. Ted is in the Washington Borough, Columbia, Pennsylvania area, if you will. And don't mind me if I move around and you see it get all fluttery here. I'm using a virtual background because the banner I ordered, which is basically the background you see behind us, arrived, and you can clearly tell it was made in another country. Starts with a C. But I think it'll work good behind that.
Czechoslovakia?
But anyway, I ain't gonna get into it. But anyway. So definitely,
Croatia.
we definitely want to get into to what Ted experiences or has been having. Quite a legend up there, Ted. You want to stop the apple, if you will.
Yeah. Well,
Now we're not going to make a whole show out of that because that's next week's show.
Yeah.
But you tell us your experiences up there, Ted.
Where do you want me to start at?
I'd start with the.
Probably everything that's happened to you.
I'd probably start with that deer hunt that we talked about.
All right. Well, I decided to go muzzleloader hunting. That was my first mistake. I was walking up to a tree stand on top of a big hill, and I had one follow me up to the top of the hill.
When you say one
that I could see,
but
a Bigfoot creature.
Okay.
Squatches, whatever the heck you want to call them. I think it was Jeff, but I'm not sure.
He's too short.
Like him. It smelled like him, but it was too
I'm not
short.
big enough for that.
But anyway, it
could be one of them Lucky Charms
stand.
squatches.
Oh, right. Yeah. So it followed me up a hill, and then I got in. Just stood there looking at me, and then it turned its eyes on. That's how I can describe it, like an amber color. And me and it stood there, had a staring contest. And it finally walked away, and I haven't been hunting since. And that was when I was 17, and I'm 21 now.
Okay.
So that tells you how long and what it did mentally to me.
Yes, the Ted doesn't have any interest in deer hunting anymore.
Go outside at night anymore without a gun.
Have you had many more experiences like near your home or?
Yeah, too many to like, you know. One night I was driving home from being down in the southern end near Jeff, and I had one in a cornfield staring at me when I was driving home. I saw it, and it was bigger than the first one. And then there's weird stuff going on around the house. There's a legend called Albatwitch up here in PA, Columbia specific. And it's like 4 foot tall, and it's pretty much a mini Bigfoot, but they're a little bit meaner. And I think I have a couple hanging out around the house. I've been seeing them as I'm getting in the truck, going to work at 4 o'clock in the morning, coming home late at night from parties and stuff. I've seen him at least 5 times, and I hear him at night. I hear stuff outside the house talking at night when there's nobody up.
And I heard that when I was on the phone with you the one night.
Yeah. Yeah. It sounded like somebody was talking, but somebody wasn't talking. Like
it
English
sounded like gibberish.
Yeah, it was.
It really sounded like gibberish to me.
Oh, you could hear them, Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You could hear them.
Weird.
But it comes up and taps on the windows and grabs the kids' toys out in the room, out in the blue room or green room, we call it. It's where the kids' toys are. And it'll put them out in the driveway or on top of my trucks or right on the running board by the door where I get in the morning. Just somewhere you can notice them.
Or you'll find like your random army figures you were showing me in the yard.
Yeah. Running boards or sitting above the door on the truck on the roof and just weird stuff.
You didn't tell me about the roof.
Yeah, we have ghosts in the house, and there's odd lights out in the sky at night. And Jeff can tell you all about the sky and the lights.
Yeah, especially while you're hauling manure after dark. You ever want to see weird shit at night? Just go out and run a tractor after dark.
Yeah.
So
you'll run into all sorts of stuff. Bigfoot, UFOs. You never know what's going to happen.
I think it's Jeff's turn to start talking about what he's seen.
How about what about the lights you're talking about?
The lights. Well, you'll be sitting out at night. You'll be sitting out at night outside smoking or just sitting out watching the sunset. You'll see something just stop on a dime, and then it'll drop down and it goes right back to where it came from again. And it'll just sit there and stop and hover for like 10 minutes. And then it's just gone.
Would that be to the south of you, maybe, or
North?
to the north? Okay, well,
Yes.
there's nuclear north and south, so
Yep.
that's
Northwest.
why I ask about it. Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, northwest is TMI about 30 minutes.
Yeah, it's not far. Yeah. Okay. That's interesting.
But yeah, and you'll be sitting on the couch watching TV inside the house, and you'll see a shadow pop out from behind a door while you're sitting there watching TV. Or we have a printer here at the house, and every night at Thursday at 8:30, it goes off. It could be unplugged, sitting in the middle of the living room, and it goes off, and it runs, copying something.
You have an unplugged printer going off in your house?
Yep.
Shit.
Do you have any? Is it any kind of past weird happenings there that you know of? The history of your place there?
I don't think anybody died. Oh, my grandfather did die in the house, but that's who we think it is. And I had a cardinal all day long sitting over on the
yeah,
pecking at the window all day. I think I sent Jeff a video of that, but I went to a funeral this morning at 9:30, and I didn't get back till 4 o'clock this afternoon, and it's still sitting there pecking at the window. Heck, it's probably still sitting there pecking at the window.
wow.
It was there all day.
I'll be darned. Yeah, there's a lot of stories behind the cardinal. So we have them here in the front tree.
There's three
my
of them
cousin,
here.
Yeah, my cousin lived here. She didn't pass here. She passed at her daughter's house, but she lived here for many years in this particular place that I'm at. And of course, I've had a couple other people that's lived here off and on that's passed away. So interesting. Makes you wonder.
Makes you really wonder, yeah.
Makes you wonder what the connection is. But yeah, and also I've been trying to figure out how to make people moderators here. Anyway, I didn't. There was a incident or two or more, I think you said, of your dog jumping on the table and.
Yeah, it'll be 10, 11 o'clock at night. And you're sitting out there watching TV, and the dog will just jump up on the table and stare out the back window, or he'll sit on the front, facing the front door, and he'll just sit there and bark and bark and bark at whatever he's barking at. On a couple occasions I can count, we have like a 2 or 3 foot fence bedroom door where he goes to bed, and he'll jump the fence and he'll go out and attack the front door where my truck's parked. Don't know what that is, but it's pretty much where I saw that little figure behind a tree watching me getting ready for work in the morning.
Okay. Have you noticed anything on the ground? You know, trackways or disturbances in
I have
limbs
noticed
and
a
stuff?
couple. Yeah, I've noticed a couple things. We had a little tree ripped up out of the yard to where it couldn't have blown over or anything. It's just laying out in the middle of the yard, root ball and all, with dirt still on it. And I found a footprint down in the backyard. We have a lighthouse. It's like a little playhouse, but it's a lighthouse. And it was sitting right behind that, like it was hiding behind it or something. And you find sticks and firewood, and you find different stuff laying in the yard at all times of the year.
Yeah.
Like you'll walk in the backyard, and the firewood piles down to the northwest of the property, and you'll find stuff in the southeast, and you'll find stuff right below the house or on the patio. You'll find it in the bed of your truck. It's like, how the heck did that get there? I know it wasn't
That's
that messed
interesting.
up last night.
Yeah, that's interesting. No tree structures, maybe, or that you've noticed, or take time to
Not that
notice.
I've noticed, but there is something that comes up and taps on the window at night sometimes.
Okay.
At like 1:30, 2 o'clock normally. It'll do it.
Ain't nothing gonna be tapping on my window. I can tell you that.
Well, I sleep with a boom tube 2 feet from my face, so it better not try
There,
calling in.
there's not gonna be a window left if I hear something tapping on a window.
I won't bother you. That was my experience. So, and
might not be a window missing, but it's gonna see something pointed at the window.
Jeff's gonna need to do drywall. That's what he's trying to say.
I do not do drywall. I'll hire someone else if I have to fix that.
that's what I used to do for a living. Yeah. But
I applaud you because that is one of the worst things I've ever had to do.
It's miserable. I don't. Yeah. I don't.
It's terrible.
I don't care to go back
to it. If you got to drywall a ceiling, that sucks.
Yes, it does. Yes,
I've got some stuff in here, and I'm trying to do everything I can to not drywall it. Because whatever, if I got to put beadboard over it, I don't care. I'm just gonna.
Yep, I understand. And
you
That's
don't
interesting.
You don't want to take that old stuff off a horsehair plaster trying to pull that.
No.
Wallpaper. Good Lord.
How about the area? I mean, do you get reports from many other people, Ted, up around your way? I mean, people around you that's had incidences?
I mean, I'm kind of an avid researcher in this area, and there's been sightings here since last one I found was 2, and the closest one around here was 1906, and it's a mile away from the house. So they've had stuff up until this year, the whole way back to 1892. So it kind of gives you a background of how long the history is here. Albatwitch, Bigfoot, stuff like that.
Yeah. Do you think it's mainly more down along the river as opposed to up the higher land where you're at?
I think it's kind of spread out, honestly. Okay. I mean, there can't be too many of them living in the same area. They're going to get, seen more and more. Right. I think they're just kind of spread out where the food is. But as we keep developing, people are going to start seeing these things more and more.
Okay.
Who we got in there so far?
Yeah, Billy Schilling's in with us tonight. How are you, Mr. Billy?
Brother Billy.
Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. Yep. That's interesting because I know up through there. I've been up through there, and even the drive from here to Washington Borough in Columbia, crossing the river at 372 at Hopewood, and then going up through River Road. I'll tell you what, that country's pretty wild and woolly.
That is a woolly area.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah.
You look at that area. You look at that area, and that's one of the things you think about when you drive through there.
Yeah, it keeps your head on a swivel. I know it did mine. Of course, I went up, tractor pull up there they had in October. In fact, Nicole's in the chat. She was there too. The way back, on my way back down was later in the evening. Yep. My head was on a swivel. I'm like, I could see, yeah. You can just see all these areas. Like, there's no doubt in your mind.
That's where I saw that.
You run dash cams in your truck, don't you?
Who, me? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I got a dash cam in everything I drive after, which we'll get into here in a little bit with my story. Yeah. After that, I shine deal with me. Everything got dash cams because it's just my word because my wife was asleep, but she got woken up very quickly.
Of course she was.
That's some crazy stuff.
2 of you can't be crazy. Only one has to be.
Yeah. Well, the good thing is, with the vocalizations here that I'll get into as well. She was witness of one of them, and she got a real good dose of it. That was unbelievable what we heard. So,
I gotta turn these lights on.
Yeah, you're getting dark. Of course, then again, we might see a pair of eyes walk up to you.
Well, yeah.
You got lucky, Jerry. You got to hear it from a distance.
Yeah.
In fact, I always said that my idea of a perfect sighting would be to either see one from a distance, cross the road, or hear one from a distance.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah. I don't know how I would handle that too,
get
please.
that. I did not get that luxury, unfortunately.
Yeah, but you learned how quick you could get away, right?
Oh, I definitely that night the Coonbo Baker rule number 1, always pointed in a safe direction.
Yes.
That
Absolutely.
was that
Absolutely.
tractor. That tractor was airborne. Oh, look, here
Well,
we go.
all right, Ted's back. He's got some light on. There you go. Now
I don't
That's
like
great.
lights. I don't like bright lights.
Yeah, Ted prefers the darkness.
he's a
I'm a
truck
caveman.
driver.
Hey, the good thing about the thing I like about not having lights on is you're not night blind if something's outside.
Right. Southern Susquehanna River Squatchers.
Oh,
Thank you, and good to meet you. Yes.
Thank you,
Thank you.
guys.
that's I've
You bet.
Yeah, I follow
met
their
one of your
page.
friends, Ted.
Okay.
I know of them. I haven't directly talked to any of them, but I know of
Yeah.
them.
We'll have to have a future guest spot.
Well, that's
for them.
that's the first
Absolutely.
first I've heard of them.
Yeah, I think
I've
they're
heard
in,
of them.
I think they're on the York side.
Well, that's good.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, we'll
least
have
that's
to get
it.
hooked up with them. Yeah. Very
Yeah.
good. Yeah, the more you get into this stuff, the more people you meet and learn about. And,
Yeah,
you know.
I have to say it's amazing just in the short time that I actually got in to going public about this stuff. What I've learned since January and the people that I've met, man, it is unbelievable.
Oh yeah, it's a good group of people. You know, I mean, there's
And
some bad
I've
apples out
made-
there, but you know.
I've made some. I can't see anything bad about anybody that I've met since I got into this.
Right.
It's just been amazing.
Absolutely, Jeff. Why don't you just go ahead and Ted? Did you have anything else without going into the whole Alba Twitch thing?
I mean, not really. I mean, if you wanted me to do a plug, October 5th of every
Sure.
year, I believe, we have a festival down here. It's ran by Rick Fisher and Chris Vero in Columbia at the River Park. It's up here every year, October 5th or 8th or something like that. So
I
yeah,
think
come on
I'll be
up,
in
check it
Maine.
out. I'll see if I can be there with this new job I'm taking. So,
I'll probably be bear hunting that week
but of course you will be.
in Maine.
Yeah,
What was the
God
date? You
knows.
said October 5th?
October 5th or 8th or something like that. I think it was the 13th of last year. I'm not sure.
Yeah, I got a big tractor pull. Darn it.
Yeah. Of course you do.
October's always a busy month.
I'm gonna be by myself all again. Come on, boys.
It's busy from May all the way through October.
Y'all
Yeah.
letting me out here on my own.
Hey, maybe I can tune in from the bear camp.
Yeah. I'll be tuning in
Then
from the
everybody's
sync
gonna
Great white
find
hunter.
out their. Then everybody's gonna found out my secret. Although most of them already know it. That's all right. I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Wolf. Thank you, Wolf. Appreciate it.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, we looked at this. Like I say, this is something totally different for me. I mean, I've been around the subject since I was a kid. I'm going to be, which you're going to hear after I let our star of our show talk here shortly. But
And we only started this in like beginning of April, I think it
yeah,
was.
we just kind of hooked up,
end of
started
March.
blabbing and talking, and said, these
Jeff.
guys showed interest. Yeah.
Me and Jeff, he responded or reached out, and we kind of hit it off. So now we're here. Now we
Yeah,
get to hear Jeff yapping.
he's become the little brother that I can actually tolerate.
Yeah, Nicole, I think that's very good. The board.
Yeah, come on up. Come
Yeah,
on
the
up
beard.
and see me. I'm sure you can find something here.
Yeah, we were there in October for the Manor
Yeah.
FFA pool there. That was a pretty
Yeah,
good
I
time there,
grew
other
up-
than the weather.
Does
I
Nicole
grew
go
up on
for
River
that?
Road.
Okay.
Had a buddy down there who saw some weird stuff down on his farm down there.
You know, every time I'm over there,
I cannot go without a beard. I look like
I did for a lot of years. I
look like I'm
years.
15. I can't.
Well, you are 15, really, right?
Go to hell.
Yeah. Remember who's got the delete switch.
Care.
Wolf is hanging in Scotland visiting family. I'm going to be back to Virginia soon. Good deal. Safe travels, my friend. Safe travels.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But that's cool. And again, you know, next week we're really going to put you on the spot, Ted, with the Alba Twitch thing, because
yeah, I have a guest lined up.
That's great, and I've not had time to read up on that, and I'm really interested in that. That's some pretty cool stuff. I did watch a couple of videos from news channels of all things. Quite the popular subject up around there.
Yeah, I've been looking into that too.
It is somewhat.
But it's nice to talk to people that's a little more factual, you know.
Yeah, it's just not a news story where they think they're, you know, not real and it's just a money grab or anything.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird stories that come from that area between there and Holtwood.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the area's very conducive for activity, no doubt in my mind. Like I said, I used to live just south of Holtwood, up in River Hills. I lived there for almost 6 years. And I'm really surprised I never noticed anything when I lived there. So
I'll put it this way: there's a lot more than what people think there's going on, but there's a lot more people that know what's want to say it.
Yep.
Nobody down there goes outside without a gun at night. There's always almost one on anybody. There's no walking through the woods in the middle of the night without a gun or a truck or anything like that. You know, we don't.
Right.
We just don't go in the woods on a night hike for fun.
I noticed that.
I didn't go outside
about
much.
Holtwood.
Yeah, I never went outside much.
Holtwood. You don't see anybody off their porch after dark.
The reason why the windows are shut and the lights are off at 10 o'clock, 12 o'clock. Most of us have to go to work at 3:30 in the morning, but a lot of the times it's just we don't want nothing outside trying to come in.
Yeah,
I've always noticed that about that area when you drive through there at night. Like everything is dead silent.
Yeah, there's
and dark.
There's no lights.
Nothing.
There's nothing.
You
might see the occasional person out on the porch, but yeah. I always thought that was weird when we go camping out there. I was like, when I drive back from Tuckwin, I'm like, what is going on? I'm like, there's like.
Yeah, we enjoy camping over Tuckwin. I have a different outlook of that area now after meeting Ted and talking to him. For sure.
Yeah, I always wondered about that area. And I mean, I've never experienced anything weird camping in Tuckwin, but there's also a lot of people there. So, you know, it's
sometimes, yeah, not always. Depends.
Yeah,
certain times of the year, like when we go, it's usually like Halloween and summertime. And they got all them guys that camp from the power company that are up in there.
Yep.
So.
Up in the upper tier, yeah. Over in the tiered section, yeah. We usually go in the fall and winter because it's not crowded then.
Nope.
I'll tell you what area freaks me out, though, is you go around Muddy Run around what I like to call the Great Divide.
Mm-hmm.
We called it the drag race spot, but
I know
who
you're
the
talking
hell
about.
wants to drag race on that damn thing?
Oh,
if you go off the guardrail, you're dead. I mean, there's nothing but awaiting you but a 300-foot drop.
Where is your sense of adventure, sir?
That shit ended a long time ago, Ted. Chasing bears with dogs is about as crazy as I get anymore.
I look at it this way. I'm old enough to know better, but I'm young enough to not give a shit.
Yep. That's one way to look at it.
You'll rethink that in your 30s.
I agree with
I
you,
hope.
Wolf. Yep, I agree with you, Wolf.
I have a
Yeah.
CDL, so I have to behave with myself.
Yep, absolutely. So well, that's great. So we'll be looking forward to that next show, man. Learning some more about the Alba Twitch and your guests coming on and stuff, and looking very forward to that. That would probably be again next Tuesday, 8 p.m. It
Yeah.
seems to work out for everybody so far. But all right, Jeff.
Oh God.
All
It's
right.
all about you now, sunshine.
So here we go.
It's
So
Jeff's world. We're just living in it.
you went out to work on a tree stand, you and your buddy, and you had a wildcat yell at you or
Yeah,
something. So.
had a bit of a wild night.
Yeah.
2008. I don't recommend anybody ever do this, but we had a tree limb fall on a deer stand, and we were in a rush to get it fixed before the end of the week because muzzleloader was starting, and we were hell bent on hunting that spot and needed to get the limb off of it. And it was after dark, and the two of us decided that, well, we'll just ride down there after dark with a light and a handsaw. We'll just get it off of there. Of course, you don't think things through when you're a teenager, you know. And up there sawing the limb, and tractor's still running, lights are all on, and we're probably about 40 yards up in there from the wood line where the tractor's sitting, and start trying to get this limb down, and next thing you know, we got something that's screaming at us from about 100 yards. And oh Lord, they put me front and center.
Don't get camera shy. Keep talking. Do what you
Come
do
on,
best.
Jeff.
Do
Come
what
on,
you
Mr.
do
Movie
best.
Star.
This ain't my first time, so we're good.
I know you tell us all the time.
Anyway, we had
Well, maybe for him, but
shut up, Ted. we had just gotten started sawing this limb off, and the handsaw was an absolute piece of junk. The flashlight was probably dimmer than a 1800 lantern, and we had started sawing, and this thing cuts loose, and I still can't to this day describe to you the amount of volume this thing put out. Make your blood run cold.
Yeah.
And at first, you know, me being a dumb teenager, I just thought it was I just kind of shrugged it off and thought it was somebody messing with us, and I started yelling at them, and it got closer. At least I'm thinking it got closer. I'm not.
what?
I'm starting to think maybe there was more than one. What the hell's?
We got something out the window there, Ted. Sorry, Jeff.
Ted's out to,
He's laughing. He's messing with
need
you.
one of them big ass
No,
lights or
that's
something.
freaking weird.
Did you hear something?
No, there's something in the tree that we cut down.
You need like a big ass spotlight or something.
Or with a bright tactical light on it, but
I've got it.
I'll just reach in and tap him on the shoulder. He'll be all right.
If I see a hairy arm reach through that window, we're gonna have a pretty good night.
I mean, I'm like 20, 25 foot up off the ground, so if I have an arm reaching in here,
Oh
we're all
yeah,
gonna
I
have a
got
good
you.
night.
Yeah, yeah. It's time to move.
We're all gonna have a good night.
It'll be sleeping at my house.
I would have an unwanted co-star.
So Jeff,
Hey.
with your incident, Jeff, did you have you had anything since really?
Well, let
spark
me
interest?
finish with that.
Yep, go ahead. Yep.
When it moved, now I think it moved in on us. I don't know. It could have been another one that was already closer to us, because the time that it I mean, within seconds, it was right there within 40 yards of us. And that's when it cut loose again. And that was when the sawing stopped on the tree. Josh was still sawing away. I don't know what possessed him to keep sawing, but he told me when it happened the second time, it was time to stop.
Yeah.
And now he's standing behind me, and I've got this dim ass flashlight pointing it into the trees, trying to see what's there. And he's behind me going, I don't know what that is, but I think we need to back up. And we're backing up, and it cuts loose again. And I mean, this thing was pissed. I mean, it was irate. Just the amount of volume it was putting off. You felt like your insides were vibrating. It's like you're standing in front of like a train horn or something.
Right.
And and when it did it the third time, we're like, the hell with this. And away we went. Well, I kind of left him in the dust. I ran past him. We got out 2 different directions, and I got in the tractor, and I'm turning every light on in that thing that I didn't have on, and powering it up. But I had it in road gear coming across that corner, and he's running next to me, jumping onto the ladder because I almost left him. I was trying to get
I'll tell you
what,
that dude can run if he was keeping up with the tractor.
And him and I are about the same height. We're short guys. We're not equipped for this kind of.
Yeah, you're not, man.
He's yelling at me, going, "What the hell's wrong with?" Well, he wasn't saying what the hell's wrong with you, but you know,
we get it.
And I'm just, as Greg House said, fear is a motivator. I had that thing as far to the firewall as that thing would run, and we Dukes a hazard that knob coming over the top of that field, and I had a tractor airborne.
Yeah.
And that was about 17 years ago, and I still remember flying up there, and Josh and I, a bunch of people were up much of the family was up at my grandfather's house. We pulled in there and power slid into the driveway with a loader tractor and ran in the door and shut the door, and they're all looking at us going, "What the hell's wrong with you?"
Yeah.
Follow me and I'll show you. Yeah, that's crazy.
What's going on?
Oh, hang on. I have something down there in the bushes.
We could literally have a show on just what's in Ted's yard. That's
Yeah. Seems to be a hot spot, huh? Saw a couple toy soldiers down there.
Strange noise, and there's brush moving down there. But anyway, let's continue the show.
Well, maybe I shouldn't mimic the call. Maybe I shouldn't mimic the call that I heard.
Go ahead.
Let me turn my volume down first.
If something decides to climb up the side of that house when I do this,
it's getting punched in the face.
I probably shouldn't do that because
not from your house, no.
Ever since stuff has greened up. Right, I did it during the day on the podcast with Spencer, but I was all the way down here. I didn't have the windows open, and it's not greened up now.
Go ahead, I don't care.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't advise you doing calls from your house. No.
And after the way my dogs have been acting lately, I probably shouldn't do that.
No, probably not.
Because they've been acting up here. There's only one place that it can be coming from, and it's right across my driveway.
Well, hell, I got it in the backyard.
So
I know they're still back there because people hear them hear stuff once in a while, and they tell me about it, but they don't. Other than that, they won't really talk about it. But
Yeah, Mike's kind of cutting in and out.
I know plenty of. You hear me now?
Yeah, a little bit.
Typical Jeff.
How's this?
There you go.
He's got Cricket Wireless down there.
It's Verizon. I don't have HughesNet.
So nothing
Anyway,
else really, nothing, no other activity over there. Well, you've had some recent activity, in fact.
We've heard some. There's been some noises in the last couple years that guys have told me about.
Mhm.
I've heard a few things in the last couple years. Nothing in the last year, at least, that I would say sounds like anything.
Well, what about that ground in the ditch?
That was like 9 years ago.
Oh, okay.
That was a while back.
Hell, you made it
But I
sound like
think-
it just last week.
I think a lot of what it is. I think a lot of the reason why the last couple years people have been hearing stuff is because there haven't been as many people back there hunting. It's been a little more spaced out. But there's also a lot of ground above us. You know, you got the state park behind us and that ridge that runs above me. And
I don't know what's going on, but now my
That
phone's
state,
acting weird.
that state park's got some history too.
yes,
Yeah.
it does. And my grandfather found tracks here in the late 70s. So,
Yep.
And I talked about that with him, and he said, "Do you think it could have been fake?" He's like, "Not unless they had a 5-foot stride."
Not everything in this world's fake. Not everything's real, but not everything's fake either. You know, you don't have to convince me.
No,
Believe me.
you don't have to convince me either. And
Yeah.
after finding that, what I still will say was a trackway, even though I couldn't get better pictures of the tracks because of the crappy phone batteries and lack of power banks that we had that weren't working.
Right.
After finding that in Allegheny, and at least the one tree structure I saw. Tree structures are kind of hard sometimes to figure out.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I
that's
found
the one.
two.
That's the one that, without a doubt, looks like it was something put there.
Oh, I mean,
Because that other
two.
the other limb that was there wasn't from a tree anywhere near where that was.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's actually I brought this up when I was on Spencer's show on Woodwalkers. There was a report, probably not too far away from the time frame that your grandfather found footprints over there.
Was that
Of
the
a
one
car.
about the one getting hit in the park?
With a car, yes, by a car on 24, which runs along Deer Creek there in the Rock State Park, which eventually was called somebody hit a cow. Okay, a
Of
Black
course.
Angus. Of course they hit a Black Angus. Of course.
Of course it was a Black
You know.
Angus.
Of course. So
Why wouldn't it be?
that's
Well, why wouldn't it have been a Black Angus? Yeah, because
But
there's
that-
just Black Angus wandering on 24.
that but that park has some very creepy areas about it. Very unpopulated. At night it's black. I mean, there is nothing there. Black. No, you go through some state parks that might have a street light here or there. There's nothing along Route 24.
Oh,
there.
there's nothing out there.
No, not at all. And that's
That is-
it wasn't one of Jeff's cows, was it? But Jeff is very close.
It wasn't.
To it,
They've been there, but one time, but
yeah.
no.
Yeah, we
And,
spent a lot of time at the 4-H camp there, and I always wondered, Pukwudgie. But yeah, that place is it's definitely got a history of different things going on there.
So
And
who we got in the chats? Who we got in chat so far? Since I can't see, so I'm doing this from my cell phone.
Billy Schilling, Nicole. We got Southern Susquehanna River Squatchers, Wolf. Oh my goodness. A few others, a couple other polar people that you don't know. But they talk about it too every once in a while. I'll come across a person or two that'll discuss it with you. I mean, I don't make it a habit just walk up, hey, you see any Bigfoot or anything lately? But the subject does come up sometimes, and some people will talk to you, and some people just look at you, give you that silly grin, and walk away. But
yeah, I get
it's
that.
all good. It's all good. It's all good. We're
we're
all allowed to believe or not believe.
You don't have to see one to believe it. I can tell you that much.
Yeah. Well, when you lay eyes on it, you'll never forget it. Believe me.
Yeah, just ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ted with a CVA muzzleloader.
Yeah, that's a little scarier than what I had to deal with. I mean, mine was through a window, but I'll let Jeff finish his story first before I get into any of that.
Yeah.
We are at 8:50. We're almost at an hour already, so
yeah.
We haven't bored too many people away.
How many are watching?
This is only the opening night. So.
Yeah, it's opening night. It'll grow from there, but that's fine. That's like I said, tonight was just to get to know who we are and why we're doing this. And yeah, we've had experiences, and you don't have to see one.
No.
If you have an experience, I mean, it's all part of the game.
Once you've seen one, you start to put a lot of things.
Yes.
Well, when you've experienced anything.
This is very true words here, Billy, from Billy Schilling.
Yeah, and most of them you can't even hunt in them, so I mean that's perfect.
Well, and you think about where Greg House is in Alabama, he's right against the bankhead.
Yep. Yeah, it's Alabama. That's on my bucket list, man.
Oh, that place is on my list.
They're gonna get a groups list. They're somebody down there is going to get a message from me when I'm halfway to Alabama. I'm going to be telling them, hey, I'm on my way. I need a place to park an RV real quick. Big Greg or Mark Green or somebody.
Greg said if you want something to happen, all you got to do is go down there and sit at the man cave.
I bet. I'm sure.
You're guaranteed to have something happen while you're there.
Yeah, for sure. But yeah, we hear, like I say, I'm only 5 miles from Jeff. And I know you have a couple other things. We're going to come right back to that, Jeff, quick before we get out of here.
Yeah.
But just real quick, my story was the last one told on Woodwalkers probably a little over a month ago. And I'm not going to get into it that heavy because I wanted to give these guys time to talk, and I don't want to be on here all night. But, yes, I've seen one as a younger individual and was told I was probably just dreaming. Saw it through a bedroom window. And I do remember later in life, I do remember hearing a growl or yell, not like you heard, Jeff, not that magnitude, but kind of like it would remind you of something like it was like, damn it, he saw me, kind of just kind of growl, like shit, I screwed up, kind of deal. And of course, then fast forward, 40 some years later. Sorry, Ted. 40 some years later, and we were in the car, my wife at the time, and no, I'm sorry, my wife now. Gosh, she's going to shoot me. I know she's watching me. And my parents were in a car, and for some reason that story came up, and I looked over at Cindy, and I said, and I was told I was just dreaming, so it got put in the back of my mind, and that's where it stayed. It wasn't discussed anymore. And of course, then my mother says, well, maybe you weren't dreaming. I'm like, huh? Because my aunt, her oldest sister, had a situation where she saw one in her window. Okay. At the same time frame. And my mother didn't know about it until one of their sisters told my mother later in life after the one that seen it passed away. That was one of the stories that she had heard from her. And if you connect the dots, we're all right in a line here within a mile of one another by flight of crow. It's really weird how that works.
And how long was that before or after you saw it?
I don't know before or after. It was the same time frame that she's seen it. Okay, that's all Mom could get from the story about the time frame from her other sister that knew about it. When I spoke the story on Woodwalkers, I said that she was looking out her window and seen it walking by it, which was incorrect. My mother corrected me and said, no, it was looking through the window at her like it did me. The same situation I was in. Same time frame in the 70s. So
and that was how far was that from where you were living?
Where I'm at right now, you go a mile to the, what would it be, southwest.
Probably the same one.
1 mile. Then you touch down here, and then you go towards the old place there where my aunt had her situation, would be northeast a mile.
Yeah.
So you could literally draw a straight line from there to here to where we used to live, where I had my incident. Here stuff's happened, mostly towards, and I know I'm skipping over a bunch of stuff, because like I said, I don't want to hog up all the time here. In 2020, we had a pair of vocalizations here, 1 month apart. Of course, back then, we all had the big dilemma going on. Tractor pulling was null and void in this area. So I was running 3 and 4 hours up into Pennsylvania somewhere. And by the time you get home from up there, it's 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning here. And I parked the truck here by a 30 by 40 building here. And I get out, and it's just like textbook. You heard a howl, and and then the coyotes started. I mean, it's so textbook. I couldn't believe I had to tailgate down and get my stuff. I'm like, I can't believe what I'm hearing. It was
and you're
so
standing
textbook.
there holding recording equipment in a cave.
Well, yeah, 3 o'clock in the morning. But the only thing I was concerned about was getting the shit in my hands and getting the tailgate closed and getting in the house, because it really didn't sound that far away. 1 month later, we did a diesel truck dirt drag race out in Needmore, Pennsylvania, which is getting out towards Mary Fabian. And Needmore would be an interesting place to go look around. But anyway, that's in the middle of no freaking where, believe me. But we got back. Needmore, oh yeah, it's interesting. But we got back here a little before 12 o'clock. And got out of the truck, the same thing, drop tailgate, get my equipment out back of the truck, walk around, open her door, grab some stuff from her, and we had 3 howls. And I would say they were probably 15, 20 seconds, 25 seconds maybe in that area. One pitch, come right back with another one about an octave higher, and come back a third time an octave higher than that one. And she looked at me and then just... She goes, let's get the hell in the house, But that sounded like it was a little further away. And there's a spot down here on 136. It's just a little bit further away. That's kind of in a little ravine with a nice creek, meanders and stuff, just down from Hartford Christian Church and stuff there. And I kind of thinking maybe that kind of sounded from that area, just by the distance, not that I can judge, but it wasn't as close as the first vocalizations I heard. And then not a whole lot, a long time after that, coming home from Delaware from her mother's house, we were driving along here, coming down 136 past both those areas I'm describing.
I know where he's talking about.
Come across that last bridge there before you get to Macton Road. And I look over there and I got 2 pale yellows, man. And I mean, it's straight down. It wasn't a deer turning the
You were right there on Flintville, weren't you?
No. 136.
Oh, 130.
136 at Macton, yeah, right before I got to Macton Road. And I hit the brakes. I'm like, you got to be kidding. I mean, I got Shelly bumps right away. I said, that wasn't a deer, man. So I spun the car around. By this time, she's finally awake. And, what are you doing? I'm like, I saw eye shine over here, man. And I said, it's pale yellow, and those suckers are kind of far apart, and they just dropped straight down, man. Staring right at me, straight down. One big fluent movement. Well, there was a yellow sign on my passenger side, when I saw that, so I turned the car around, went back down across the bridge, turned around, and come back with the high beams back on to make sure I didn't see a reflection off the back window from that sign or something. I see nothing. So I'm like, there's Squatch and Holler Rogers in the house, man.
Hey,
Good to see you, buddy.
Roger.
DJ Boop. DJ Boop is a tractor puller who's very much interested in cryptids and stuff, and he's turned me on to a couple different, like the what do you call it, the Snallygaster of Westminster. There's a legend. Yeah.
Isn't it like an alligator looking thing or something?
It's a pterodactyl.
But there's been other things real quick, and that's happened here. I've had some stuff happen here in the backyard with odor and stuff. It's creepy stuff. But yeah, and I know what I saw now as a young kid. I'm not crazy. I know, especially knowing now. I wish I could talk to my aunt about it. I really do. But yeah, we both experienced the same thing. Yeah, we both experienced the same thing. So.
Because I really think he knew more than he ever told.
And many do. I've got, one thing. My family's from Southwest Virginia, down past where Spencer's from.
Hold on, let me put you on mute. I gotta run. See if the kid wants.
Of course he does.
That's okay. But anyway, they are reserved. They don't talk a lot about stuff that's happened, but yeah, they know. They've been around them.
Yeah.
And my father hunted down there, and he told me about one incident that happened on an old farmland down there that he used to hunt on. He said, it wasn't a deer. I know he knows it wasn't a deer. So, but there's a lot of stories, but I won't tie it up too much. Of course, he's done walked away because he's had some recent stuff go on I wanted him to talk about. And I'm southwest of Spencer myself. Okay, Billy, this is down in the White Top Mountain area. My mother's actually from White Top, Virginia, and where they're from. And the family, the family, Mount Rogers, the Grayson Highlands State Park. Part of that was farmland in my family. My father's family was on one side of the mountain, and my mother's family was on the other side. And they never met there. They met here in Maryland, which is bizarre. But my father was born up here, but spent the summers down there farming with his grandmother and stuff. So, yep. Beautiful country down there. I can't wait to go back one day. I get to see it when I'm flying down to go to Murfreesboro or something, but driving down the highway, not flying. But yeah, there's no doubt in my mind, and I know what I've seen. I know what I've experienced here. Eye shine's no joke. Okay.
There's a lot of
it's beautiful country down there, Billy. You're fortunate to be down near that. Yeah, the eye shine sealed the whole deal for me. After the vocalizations, one thing, and of course now I do own audio recorders now, and I've had them out. I just haven't gone through all of it.
Yeah, I need to go through something.
So I got a few years of stuff, and it's my fault. I just don't have time to go through it all, but I will one day. Now that I've learned how to run this Audacity that Spencer turned me on to here. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to finding out stuff. And I did put it out here not too long ago, and I actually got some coyote on it again. No, I did not. No, fell asleep.
Hey,
yeah,
I remember.
That made it.
I remember you showed me the. Who's in now?
Oh, you can't. That's Blue-eyed Northern.
See anything.
This trick's you.
Hey, Blue-eyed.
Yep, Blue-eyed made it in. Squatch and Holler's here. Of course, Billy Shelley's been in here for a while. Yep.
Billy's one of the first inaugural members.
Yep. Nicole was our first.
I think David Blaylock's working late today, so maybe he'll get on there before he, because he's 3 hours behind us because he's over in Oregon. So,
yeah, but Yes, pretty cool, Jeff. One thing I want to touch base on here before we do get off here, or before we talk about what's coming next week.
Yeah.
You had some interesting possible UFO activity.
Yeah, that and
So
that.
now it's time for you to
thing.
get serious. I'm going to blow your face up here so we can study your eyes to see if you're telling us. I'm just kidding. But tell us about that, please.
In the last couple of weeks, I have found.
Oh God, put it back.
It's been weird. Within the last month, I've found a trackway on my camping trip. I had at least one stick structure.
And a beagle
and I got a beagle that's he likes to take over, but I also had, what was it? I'm trying to think of when I was talking to Barry Browning. It was at least a week ago.
There's that Barry Browning name. Yeah.
Well, I was on the phone with him and had some sort of, I don't even know what that was. It looked like a black cloud floating across the yard at 11:45 at night. That was weird. And then it kind of just floated off and disappeared into the dark corner of the yard, and I was kind of standing there looking at it for a while, trying to figure out what in the hell was that. I mean, I've seen spirits and stuff before.
My
so
favorite movie.
There's really not much that not much rattles me at this point. But that was definitely odd. Now the UFOs the other night, we had a big pile of manure that we needed to spread, and I had one of the neighbors running his International 5288 because I had blown two tires off of our 4630 John Deere, and it was a mess. Had to get somebody in with some more ass. Yeah. Yeah, Billy and I talked about the booger taco already. I was a double layered. I was in my sleeping bag too, so I was double wrapped. But that UFO thing, we were seeing all sorts of stuff in the sky that night. And I mean, I've seen plenty of weird things in the sky at night before. But I mean, there must have been at least, I don't know how many he saw running the tractor, but I was on the loader loading manure, and I saw at least 6. That just didn't look. It wasn't planes.
Right.
They were at the right altitude for a plane, but I mean, there's no flashing lights. You can't see anything that looks like something off an aircraft. Most of it just looked like headlights, like a single light, and it would change. It would like dim, and then it would get brighter, and it didn't have like a normal flight path. It'd be going this way, and then it would start to just go that way. Sometimes they'd stop, and it was too high up to be anything like a drone or anything. And there was just too many of them.
Yeah,
I mean,
so we've had.
Can't just go to a dead stop and sit there for 5 minutes and then turn around and start going back the other direction.
Not without noise. No.
No.
Not without noise.
Like, at least with a plane, you can see the flashing lights on the bottom of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jeff's
We've had
UFO.
We've had one known thing happen here, probably 1986, 87-ish, somewhere around there. It was a pretty quick deal. Mom was sitting out, but they had a mobile home in here, down lower in the property. As they built their house, that's what they lived in after they sold their other house. But she was sitting on the little back stoop there at the back door, and my dad and her brother were standing there talking. And before she could say, "Hey, look, that thing is up and gone," just like a bolt of light, just gone, poof.
It's funny how that
She-
works, huh?
Yeah, it's crazy. And
Yeah, I
my
was
mom's not
watching
nuts.
I was watching the sky one night, just looking at the stars and watching this one in particular looked a little odd. And next thing you know, it rises elevation in about a split second. Looked like it climbed, a couple hundred feet, and then it just stopped again. And I was
Yeah.
like, "What in the hell was that?" But my grandparents told me that,
Oh.
oh, there's Pyro,
Yeah, Pyro's on here. Yep.
and
Finish your story, Jeff.
He's reading.
The,
He's trying to sound it out.
I'm trying to read stuff since I'm doing this from my cell phone since my tablet's being stupid.
Oh, don't worry. Don't let him fool you. He's just sounding it out. He's got hooked on phonics in the background. Don't worry. He's just
Jeez.
Anyway, one night my grandparents told me that it was probably a couple years before I got chased out of the woods that they were coming back from their cabin out on the river, and they pulled in by their house right by the mailbox and looking over at the farm, and they said they saw what looked like a meteor or like a big, bright light just come down right over top of the barn and just disappeared. And they thought that whatever it was, it hit the barn. So they drove in there looking and they couldn't find nothing.
You also said something about you thought they were like over the King. There's a attraction, a tourist attraction over at the Rock State Park, which is basically backs up to your farmland.
King and Queen seat.
The King and Queen seat. Yeah.
Yep.
Which
Everybody
many a person
around
has.
here, anybody from around here knows the King and Queen seat. And as far as I'm concerned, that place needs to be off limits because the village idiots like to fall off of that thing trying to climb.
Yeah, we've lost quite a few people off that stupid thing. I've been on it several times, but I'm not dumb enough to go up to the edge of it.
If you don't hit the rocks when you fall, you're gonna hit either the creek or you're gonna hit 24. So
you're gonna hit 24 before you hit the creek.
I feel sorry for the poor bastard that's driving down 24 when some dumbass decides to fall off of it.
Yeah, definitely. Hey, definitely do that, Roger. You bet. Yeah, that's kind of a pool. It's always been on my bucket list to get to. I've been in Murfreesboro several times, but yeah, definitely, I'd like to get down there one time. Yep, I'll definitely let you know.
But that's
hey,
one of those places.
Yeah, Mark Green's in the house, man.
Well, Mark Green's in.
Yeah. Now he
Hey,
can
Mark.
pick on me. He can pick on me about red and green tractors for a change.
I can't remember. What does Mark run? Does he got red or green?
He's red at heart. He's a farm oil guy, international guy.
Yeah, we haven't gotten that far into the conversation yet.
He his last video I just watched here this right before I come back here actually this evening. I seen a green tractor sitting there. I didn't. I was going to stay for the next time I was in his chat and give him hell about it. But that's okay. Hey, we use green here too, so.
Hey, I tell you, I like those old ones way better than I like the new ones.
Yeah.
All I gotta say is tractors are like watermelon. Throw away the green and use the red.
Wow. That's right.
Well, that happens too.
Yeah.
That's most of them aren't locals, but we get people in here. They have no clue about anything around here because I've had people come up my road, and you know this, Jerry. Glasgow doesn't have an outlet.
Nope.
What you get to the back of my place, you're dead ended, and I can't tell you how many people, even people that live up here, not just the people from down in the city, they come pulling up in here, and once they get to the barn, they're like, "Oh, how do I get through here?"
You turn around and go back.
I'm like, "You don't."
Yeah.
I was feeding calves in the driveway one day, and some woman pulls in and goes, "Can you move so I can get through?" And I was like, to where? She's like, well, I'll just go on through.
Yep.
But I still, it makes
If it
me
ain't
laugh
red,
when
leave it in the shed.
Yep.
If it ain't red, leave it in
Hey.
the shed.
I haven't had any trouble with what I got.
So that.
Although I think the main reason my grandfather always bought green was because Atlantic Tractor was right there.
That's
So
exactly right.
Cheaper,
Yep.
yeah. Cheaper.
Yep.
it,
Yep.
it was the fastest thing to go get parts for if something broke.
Wow. Here's a name I haven't seen for a while.
I don't know that.
Daniela
one.
Never heard of
Iolo.
that.
Daniela Iolo. She used to be partnered up with Carrie
Yeah.
with Bigfoot Odyssey. Yep. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping in.
Hello.
Hold on, I gotta run and grab my charger.
Well, we ain't gonna be much longer.
I know, but I don't want my phone to die.
Oh, don't worry. We'll let the star of the show die. Don't worry. But anyway,
I'm still
anything
here.
else, Ted? While we're waiting on His Highness,
I mean, other than a weird sound every now and then. Not
I see you
really.
keep looking out the window there.
Yeah, I keep hearing stuff.
You need an audio recorder.
I'm working on it. With this new job, I don't really think it's going to be too worth it because I won't be home.
Because you won't be home. It's going to be interesting. You doing live podcasts out of the tractor trailer.
It's gonna be like when anyone tries to get River Morris on.
You
Yeah.
might hear a turbo scream in a time or two, yeah.
That's all right.
But I'll have
Oh.
pretty red lights in the truck so you'll be able to see me.
Yeah. Yeah, 8:00 at night, you'll probably be parked anyway. So
Red light district.
maybe.
Not all the time.
Yeah, we don't want you driving and being on the live show.
That's what they make
Not
cup
good.
holders for.
Yeah. So anyway, Jeff, elaborate on that UFO deal there. You told me you thought they were focused towards the king and queen seat.
But pretty much most of them were within the area of the park. That was where we saw the majority of them.
Okay.
I don't know if it has anything to do with all those rocks.
Right. Daniela, thanks for stopping in. It's good to see you.
Thanks, Danielle.
We hope to be a weekly show.
Nice
we-
meeting
we
you.
will be here.
Not
Absolutely.
meeting you, but nice meeting
Yeah.
you.
Yeah. See, if you go back, I know you're a busy trucker, Ted, but you go back and watch a lot of Kerry Arnold stuff, the Bigfoot Odyssey, and they did several different show segments, interviews, whatever. She was a big part of that show as well.
I'll tune in when I'm driving.
Yeah, that way Ted will have plenty of time to listen to Operation Blood Eagle.
I mean,
When you're not on the phone with him,
I'm on the third part, yeah, when he's not on. Well, he called me the other day, and I'm halfway through, and I'm like, really? Are you kidding me? I have an iPad that I put in the truck to play music and the GPS and stuff, and it's...
yeah.
Jeff calls, like, oh, God, now what the hell does he want? Then 4 hours later, I'm like, I'm going to go listen to the rest of this. I'll call you back then tonight. Then I never do. Pretty much when I tell you I'll call you back, just have a good night. Pretty
That's
much.
how my.
Just have a good night.
Hold on a second.
I hear a
Gotta
kid.
go see this kid. Yeah, hold on.
I hear a kid.
Thank God I don't have no kids.
Oh, they're okay. I don't have any either. Yeah, I'm looking forward to next Tuesday hearing all about I'm going to call it the apple snitch, but
Apple
You
snakes.
apple snitch. Yeah, you say it more German than I do. But
I mean, I'm halfway German, so I mean, it's if you can understand it, it's pretty easy.
yeah, Tom Travis tomorrow night, buddy. Tomorrow night's a tractor pool show. We'll have all the John Deere International, Alice Chalmer, Ford, New Holland, anything you want. Hopefully we go live tomorrow night. We keep getting rained out. We don't have any show information, results or nothing. Keep getting rained out on Saturdays.
Yeah, y'all do these late shows, and I'm normally in bed by now.
Yeah.
Us old people that get up at 4 o'clock in the morning got to get to bed
That's old.
somehow.
You're 21. Come on.
Yeah, but I feel like I'm 60 and I look 30. Okay, calm down.
Okay. I'll gladly trade ages with you.
I'm good. I'm already hurting now. I don't want to be hurting at 60.
Wait till you get over 55.
I'll be in a wheelchair.
You think you're hurting now?
I'll
Don't
be
wish
in a
that
wheelchair
on.
by then.
Don't wish that on yourself because it just might happen.
I know. I'll be in a wheelchair by then. I know.
This time last year, I was all but in a wheelchair because I fell off a hay wagon.
Yeah, but you did that to yourself.
Yeah, I did. You're right. I sure did. I don't want to do it again.
No, doesn't sound like much fun.
No, it was not fun. Not at all.
Hell, when I get out of bed now, it sounds like a xylophone popping up the stairs.
Yep. Yep. I was glad to see some of the people out of the other chats in here. That's great.
Yeah, that is good.
I guess it was too late for Spencer to drop in. So
Yeah, it was good seeing
Okay.
Wolf again.
yeah. Yep. I'm gonna give Jeff a couple minutes, then we're gonna get out of here. So
Do you have any more questions or want to?
yeah, if anybody's got any questions, real quick for Ted with the upcoming Albatwitch show, and Jeff with his wildcat yell he got, and some UFO action over there.
I really want to hear that recreation yell.
Yeah.
Really want to hear that.
Walking with a cane, JR. Yes, I was. Yes, I was.
Yep.
Quite some time. You okay, Jeff? We can see
Yeah,
you.
I know my earpiece is being weird again.
Okay. Well, it's working. We can hear you.
Let it alone. But no, our first guest sounds like, I'm not making any promises, but it sounds like Tim Renner's coming on with Strange Familiars.
I
Yes.
listened to a portion of one of his podcasts this afternoon late, or this evening,
Yep.
right before dinner. Yeah, pretty interesting. Pretty interesting.
He's done
So
a
I'd love to
couple
have him
things.
on. Yeah, for sure.
He's done a couple Twitch from what people have seen around here.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of activity around the old iron furnaces up here.
Yeah, I'm
Well-
sure there is. Anything up along this river is no doubt in my mind. Pyro,
If you have any suggestions, send it to JR.
yeah, send them my way if anybody's interested.
If anybody wants to get on the show, contact me or Jeff, or not Jeff, Jerry. Contact me or Jerry.
Yeah, absolutely. Just we're open to anybody. We want to get some local guys in here too, because especially up here along this river and stuff. A lot of crazy. Like next week's show, as pretty much the spotlight's going to be on Ted. He's going to take care of this Albatwitch subject, which is fascinating. I'm looking forward to that. And back a little ways here, but we'll be asking people, Pyro, for sure, by all means.
Yeah.
Did I ever figure out Audacity? Not yet, Pat. I have not, but I will work with it. Unfortunately, I'm just swamped. I got seems like 3 full-time jobs here with the video, my other video stuff, with my other channel, and taking care of elderly parents, taking care of a farmette that's pretty much itching to get hay cut right now. So, but yeah, I've got a lot of audio to go through, and I plan to do that. So. We are located right on the Mason-Dixon line here. Jeff and I are both in the Street, Maryland area, which is literally not even a 5-minute drive from the Pennsylvania line. Ted is on the east side of the Susquehanna River, up along the just south of Columbia, Pennsylvania, in an area called Washington Borough. And that is home of the Albatwitch. That's
He's not
going to be his
he's not
baby
too
next week.
far away from us.
Not far at all. Not far at all. Yeah, we're all kind of close. Jeff and I are 5 miles apart. We're probably an hour-ish to get to Ted. But
The way I
beautiful
drive, it's
drive.
about
Beautiful.
40, 35 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, the way Ted drives.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a truck driver. I don't waste time. I make time.
Yeah. Making money. Yeah, absolutely. I hope to work on it and get it figured out. But,
Jerry's our technical guy. He
I try to be.
he
I'll have to
knows a
send
heck
all
of a
my
lot
technical
more.
questions with my recorders to Jerry.
He knows a lot more about that stuff than me and Jeff do.
Anyway, Mark Green, have a safe trip to work. I was going to send
Night,
you
Mark.
make a comment. Hold on a second. I was going to send him a comment on that video where he saw the suspected person in a vest walking. And the first thing
was
being a safety vest, the first thing that struck my mind was I wonder if during any road construction there, somebody maybe
Got hit.
unfortunately didn't get killed there or something. I don't know if you can look into I wish you probably have. I'm sure you have. Look into the history of that area and see if anybody working, that would justify wearing a safety vest.
Happens a lot.
That's crazy. Yeah,
Happens too much.
that's crazy.
Didn't he see that over by Hollins when they were at that camp out?
That was over on his way to work. I
Oh,
believe,
that's right. It was
one
at
evening.
work.
Yeah, he was headed up towards Talladega. Yeah, for sure. There was
There's a
a
lot of
tractor
weird
puller on
stuff.
here a ways back here, and I apologize, DJ, because he's the one that. Well, I actually spoke about it. The Snallygaster. He says it in a German way, Ted. But we might be interesting in getting him on here sometime, maybe.
Yeah.
I know I drive you nuts on the tractor pool channel. I have. He's been on several times, but it's always cool to see somebody in your genre. It's kind of in the same boat you are about this subject.
Snallygaster,
So.
you got
Aberdeen Wildman. He turned me on to. I'm going to do some research on that.
There's a reason why there's a star on every barn that you see in the southern end.
Okay. Fill us in.
There's a reason.
I always wondered about that.
Yeah, and I see a lot of stars on
It's-
barns. Yep.
It's toward, apparently the way it works is, don't quote me, but apparently there was like a German curse or something, and the only way to ward it off is by putting that star on your barn.
Okay.
And the star has to be above the barn or on the barn. Don't quote me, but that's what I've been hearing or what I've read on the Schnellergeist.
Okay. Yeah, you see him. I see him. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
But yeah, there's a reason why there's nobody outside around here at night unless they have a gun or a purpose. And there's stars on barns and stuff like that. So there's a lot of cool old meanings behind that stuff. Now there are some people that just do it because all the other barns. The people that know, they have them on there.
Okay. Yeah, that's something we'll elaborate. Maybe find out a little bit
So-
more on next week too. Yeah.
Since you guys brought up those stars, you want to hear something weird about this road? My house has a horseshoe nailed up over the basement door,
Good luck.
and our barn up at the dairy, it's got a horseshoe nailed over the door to the old the hayloft.
Horseshoes are good luck.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well, I think wasn't there something else they used to use horseshoes for? Wasn't that supposed to keep away stuff?
Probably. I don't know. I have never even heard of that before.
That's worth digging into. I'm going to write that down. Yeah.
It's new on my radar.
I'll get my wife to take care of looking at that stuff.
Yeah, but that
She's
star
into that stuff.
that star stuff is interesting.
It's just like for me, this is a learning chapter for me too. Like I said, this is a 90-degree turn. What I'm used to here being on here with live show.
And Ted's got stuff around him.
Mhm.
There's a lot more stuff around him just besides Albatwitch and Bigfoot.
We got Pigman, allegedly, and there was something else that was. Forget
Oh,
what it
Billy's got
was,
one
but it
nailed in
was
his kitchen door frame.
supposed to be aquatic, or it was like a river monster or something.
Okay. Yeah, Pennsylvania is a very beautiful state, especially getting the central in the mountains and western
Yeah.
PA, northern PA. And it's even pretty down here where Ted's located along the river. And like I
People
say,
from out
there's
of Pennsylvania call it beautiful.
wow, it is pretty. I mean, it's pretty here too. You know, it's pretty here, and I can drive a couple miles. And I'm over by the river as well,
Yeah.
and
Well,
but
I
it's
can walk.
prettier in Pennsylvania.
I can walk up the street and I can see the windmills and the river, and I mean I can drive right down the road and I have a front seat for watching the sunsets on the river and stuff.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yep.
It's beautiful, but there's also a lot of weird shit down there.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I got that one account of the guy that saw the rake. That's still.
Well, there was a sighting of something like that. I'm not going to mention it because then it'll come around.
That's
But there
what
was
I
a
was
sighting over in York, not too far from here.
That's what I was thinking about, keeping the evil away, but I didn't
That's
want to
what I
say
was saying.
anything. Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
But yeah, they said it was like a wolf, but it was standing on its back legs and it disappeared. But I tried messaging the guy and finding out more.
I know exactly what you're not gonna say it was.
But
no one wants to talk about that word.
Well, you know, it's unfortunately the people that I've listened to talk about it, that I would put almost 100% of my faith in their knowledge of the subject, i.e., Kumbo Baker and a few others. Yeah, I think Dogman's very real.
Well, I wasn't talking about that.
Okay.
I was talking about an SW.
Oh. Yeah, we know what SW means.
Apparently, there was one over in York, right by the Loxmont Farm over in Wrightsville.
Now, you don't think that's what that was in Chickies Hill, do you?
I don't know. I heard that one story, and it was kind of weird, but I've never even heard nothing like that before. Found out on a podcast. It said it was like a gray kangaroo walking through the woods, but it didn't have no hair or nothing on it.
That's crazy.
The guy was Chickies is like 5 to 10 minutes from me, and they're walking through the woods, and one guy stopped off.
Now, go ahead, Ted.
Sorry, I was reading the comment, but
I'm sorry.
Guy stepped off to go pee, and apparently it started walking towards him as he's off the trail going pee.
Wow.
And just like the king or queen seats, there's people that fall off of there all the time up there at Chickies, and that's like a 300, 400-foot drop.
Yes.
I mean, it's taller than that Great Divide Jeff talks about. And there's nothing to catch you down there except for rock faces on a railroad track.
Yeah.
And our buddy Joe, I think the first episode should be Finding Joe, not Finding Bigfoot.
Yeah.
He introduces me to Ted and then he disappears.
How about coyotes?
Yeah.
I mean,
Plenty of
they're
them.
ramping up here, but I mean,
we got them.
They're all around here. You'll hear them at night, but you'll hear something else, and then they just shut up.
Gunner, get out of the window.
Once the coyotes start going off, they don't really shut up.
That's true.
He's smelling something out there.
Okay, where's it at? Hi, Cindy. That's my wife.
But yeah,
Cindy, so Bigfoot, Cryptid World. My wife, Cindy. How's that? Well, Jeff's met her.
Nice to virtually meet you.
Yes.
when you guys come over to get eggs.
Now we're on our way back over here very soon. Matter of fact, I know I've said that for the last couple of weeks, but here we go. The 10th century English tale of Saint Dunstan, who went from being a, I guess I'll just let y'all read and I'll shut up.
Arthur Bishop. That's interesting to know.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff around here that has that stuff to it. But like right up the street, there's a lady that had a baby, and the dad found out about the baby and killed the mom and the baby and buried him in the backyard or in the woods. And now they said that whatever came out of that's walking around in the woods at night. And here's something that sounds like a woman at night up there.
Okay. Thank you for that research. Awesome.
Jeff, you need to start asking questions. You need to start asking questions, Jeff.
I can't really look at the chat too much.
Pretty much, I'm free, so I have to sound it out. Pretty much, the horseshoes are to ward off the evil and to bring good luck.
Yeah. I always knew they meant, I always knew they were something along the lines of good luck and protection against evil.
Cindy, say hi to Blue Eyed Northern now. We don't want to get Joe rambling. Just kidding.
Oh God, I'm surprised he hasn't appeared.
I think the nice to meet you is that
Miss Pat probably put him to sleep already.
Maybe. But anyway, wow, we've made an hour and a half.
How many people have we got so far?
We'll discuss that later. Don't worry about it now.
We'll talk about
it. I think it was fair for a first show. It's okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, you can't really expect.
Don't worry, Jeff. We'll be back next week. It's okay.
You don't expect Matt to come to you on the first one.
No, Tom, not here, Tom. It was cloudy, rainy. I could not see any northern lights here.
No, we never saw anything.
Nope. It's been miserable weather.
Don't worry, Jeff. We'll have a 4-hour phone conversation about it tomorrow. while I'm paying and yelling.
Hey, I don't know if you guys will do it, but hey, I'd try to do a show long enough to break Roger's record. How long was that when it was over 6 hours, wasn't it?
Yeah, my
little over 6
will not let that happen. No.
I'm not going to sit here for 6 hours.
Let's say.
Yes, Pyro, we're Eastern time, yes. Yeah. Also, nailing your horseshoe praying side up so your luck doesn't spill out. That's interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I think that's how the one on my basement door is nailed.
Mm-hmm.
No idea what a prang is, but I'm just going to guess it's the upside of the horseshoe.
Yeah, it'd be like a bucket.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not in the horses.
That's how I've seen a lot of them. I've seen a lot of them nailed like that.
Hell, the family's allergic to them, so I haven't known nothing about horses.
Well, Miss Pat's been around Penn National. She's all about, she knows horses. So.
Yeah. My grandmother was that way, but.
Yeah. Well, wow. Great first show, guys. You did good.
Yeah.
Yeah, excellent. I'm really, really looking forward to Iowa Twitch. It's all on you, Ted, next week. We're gonna
great.
I'll have a notebook full of questions for you, and I know you'll do just fine. So
Ted, is he ready for that?
Thank you, Billy. Thank you, Billy.
He's planning on it. I mean, I have to talk to him again, but
yeah, definitely try to get him on. And a little bit of podcast I heard from him is definitely pretty good. And that's Strange Familiars on YouTube, folks. Strange Familiars. Check it out. Joe Parker. Now we got to stick around a little longer.
It's
Somebody poked the bear.
It's on Spotify. It's on Apple Podcasts. It's
Yeah.
everywhere. You can tune in anywhere.
Did Wendell make it in there? Did he fall asleep?
Who's that?
Prospecting. If you see prospecting in there, that's Wendell.
No, I just talked to him on Messenger though, from the Cryptid page. I was asking him if he's getting ready to have an outing, if he's gonna windle some more people.
Add us in that group chat then. That way we can see. If you can.
It'll be on that. Well, I gotta add you to the page, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was like hurry up, set it up, and go to work on something else today. So there's Miss Misty. How's Misty?
Hey, Misty.
Hi.
Spencer must be asleep.
Yeah. Well, we know Spencer's asleep, so yeah. Sure.
Greg's probably got something trying to break into the man cave.
Yeah.
But
anyway, yeah, everybody's coming in here. We're ready to take a hike, and
I know.
I'm falling asleep.
Yeah. Yep. Long days.
We're not ready for a 6-hour marathon.
No. No.
I will do the 6-hour marathon. I'll take the bullet for everybody else. I'll stay in here and man the ship until I either pass out or everyone gets tired.
Oh, I can do it. That ain't no problem. I can do it.
I know, Jerry, you and I were on there the other night for a while.
Yeah.
Give me caffeine and nicotine and I'll be good to go.
Let's do a test hit. 3 hours later, we're done.
Yeah. 3 hours later, and the damn tablet still wasn't working.
Yeah, test it for 3 hours, and Jeff's outside of it more than he is in it.
Hell, I think Jerry and I could have had a podcast with just what we talked about that night.
Yeah, a lot of stuff, man. Yep.
Yeah,
I might get shot. I might get shot doing a 6-hour marathon here.
Do I get to keep the RV? That's my question.
Feeding the critters.
My beagle's sitting on top of my bear rug staring at me.
Watch her, Joe. Hey, House is in the house.
Greg House.
This beauty contest is going to tank. Is this a beard beauty contest, right?
Was that Greg? I can't see the cat.
Oh, he just hold on. I'll send it to you. Yeah.
There you go.
You need to fix your last name, Cynthia.
Cindy, if you do shoot him, can I please get the RV?
No.
and his or his computer, please.
Greg,
you take my RV. How am I going to get to Alabama?
Yeah, I know.
If you get shot, you're not gonna go.
We're gonna get.
Sounds like
Jerry and I are gonna pile on that. Jerry and I are gonna pile on that RV and go park it in Greg's yard for a couple days.
You're gonna park it somewhere down there. I'm going to Alabama sometime, man. There's too much stuff going on down there.
Old shaggin' wagon.
That place. That place. I don't know what it is about that place, but man, is there some stuff there?
Yeah,
it's all woods. I mean, it's aggressive encounter on top of aggressive encounter on top of aggressive encounter down there, and it's just a hot spot.
You got that right, Parker.
What part?
I think they're looking at y'all's beards. They ain't mine. Mine's trimmed up. You can't say that mine's trimmed up. That's comical.
See, Greg's got a better beard than I have. Mine won't grow down; it just grows out.
Mine's just straight. I can't get it to curl up at all.
Mine does nothing but curl.
You know, so I'm making We're making
See,
Jeff do
he
calisthenics,
did have
fighting
something.
his abs.
2 knocks on his porch at 2:45.
I
See,
wish I could
Greg doesn't even have to do anything. He just hangs out.
Yeah,
It's like
they come to him.
yeah, Misty's going to Greg's in a few weeks.
You're doing good, Greg. Or Jeff, you keep rocking back and forth. You're gonna have them abs tightened right up.
Right?
Right now, it's just a beer gut.
Just a beer gut. But anyway,
Jeff's working out. Jerry's on his phone, and I'm falling asleep.
yeah, we said an hour. We're already an hour and 40 minutes, but I kind of
Okay.
Well,
first night.
Welcome to Mason Dixon Cryptids.
Yes,
We don't know what we're doing, but we're here.
I got to do this again tomorrow night.
yeah, I know. Jerry's got a tractor pull show tomorrow night if he still has a job after this.
Oh yeah, and then sometimes I'm on Thursday nights too with the antique guys. Antique.
Yeah,
truckers.
how you only do that once a month, right?
Yeah, whenever they're ready. Yep.
And Nicole comes on for the antique, doesn't she?
Yeah. Yep. She comes on both of them. Though, whatever. She'll probably be on this one too. So.
Is Nick still running his
Yep.
his hot rod?
Yep. Nick and Brian. Brian's got one too. Yep.
Oh, that's right. Brian has one too now. I forgot about that.
Yep. They're both points champions.
They're both red too, aren't
Of course.
Why wouldn't it be?
Of course they're red.
Superior brown. It's a superior brand. Why wouldn't they be?
Couldn't get in a link at first. Yeah, that might be my fault, Misty, because I had 2 links posted. Dummy me didn't put it through my regular channel. So
Hell, he didn't even send it to me.
I thought I
Well,
did.
when he sent it to me, I was trying to get it to work, and Wendell and a bunch of people are messaging me going, "It's not working," and I was like, "Shit."
Yeah, I couldn't. It quit on me too. I couldn't find anything on my cell phone, but I come back to the computer and reconfigured everything, and
I know.
everything worked. I hate cell phones.
Jerry's texting me cussing out the.
I don't cuss. I don't
Facebook.
cuss now. I stay cool and calm, man. Cool and calm.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, like when you were throwing your Chinese banner in the trash can this morning.
I have a truck driver mouth, so y'all are lucky that I'm just not swearing.
I'm just an old construction worker. I understand.
I've done both.
Oh, who are you? I don't know you now. You changed your name. Who are you? So this thing I did in the background, the virtual thing that's behind me, that's why my headphones look like I don't have any on and stuff. It's weird.
When you were taking a drink, it looked like you were having one hell of a mixed drink with some good coloring in it.
Yeah. I think it works pretty good.
But damn,
I almost think thought he was drinking moonshine out of there.
Right?
She loves the name of the podcast. Yay, we got a fan. Woohoo.
Awesome. Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome to the
She wasn't on Woodwalkers the night I was on. Or the afternoon.
No, Misty was
away.
Wasn't there that night.
Nope.
Welcome to the shit show.
Nah, we'll be fine.
This is like the East
all
Coast
good.
This is like the other Woodwalkers.
Another Woodwalker. Yeah. I think I was all worried about I had a banner made and it arrived today and I'm gonna give it to Jeff. Jeff can use it. It'll probably show up on your wall pretty good. It wouldn't show up on mine at all, hardly. That's why I went to that virtual background behind me. I like that. I think I'm just going to keep using it for this one.
It looks good. Your hands and stuff.
You can do it too.
Once in a while, but
oh, that's going to happen. Yep. You can do it too. Both of you guys can do that. Both of you guys can do that.
Almost look like he's got no hands.
But okay.
I don't think we did too bad for First night.
No, we were going to keep it an hour for these two, and we're at an hour and 45 and 22 seconds.
That's okay.
Hey, that's just how we roll.
But I only want to know one thing, and I'm sure Misty will clue us in here. Where the hell's Spencer?
The real question is, where the
I
hell
didn't
is
get
Joe at?
I didn't get a cigar text message. I didn't get nothing.
Yeah.
That's the real.
He's still mad at me about that. He's still mad at me about the white sauce, I think.
White sauce.
Don't want to hear about that one. If I'm taking what it is.
No, it's Alabama white sauce.
Yeah, you're right, Nicole. I've known to go over the time limit. Yeah. He said timeout. Oh, okay.
Pump the brakes.
I'm surprised the wife is still awake here.
Yeah, she's probably waiting on you. She's probably checking in on you, seeing where the hell you're at and why you're so damn late.
No. I'm trying to figure out why I don't have no ice cream yet.
I'm waiting for her to come down here and go, what the hell are you doing? You're supposed to be in bed an hour ago. Get your ass in the bed.
Wow.
Up in the corner.
Oh.
Does he need a safe space or
Oh, we all love picking on him.
Yeah. I tried to when I was on the show and he didn't bite, damn it.
Hey, she changed her name now finally.
Yeah, Pyro.
It's only been that for how many years, Jerry?
What's that?
I was gonna say you've been married for how many years, and she finally put her name on.
Yeah. Pyro. Spencer needs a playpen. That's funny.
That's Jeff's doing. We're supposed to have like an hour and a half phone call.
Yeah.
4.5 hours later, I looked down at 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Like, where the hell are we at? Why are we so damn long?
And what did you talk about? Nothing.
I don't even remember because
and everything.
And then sometimes he'll like have other truck drivers. We're on like a conference call, and then he'll just disappear, and I'm talking to whoever else is there.
Yeah, there's a lot of people to talk to in your dump truck.
Oh, you're funny. You're funny. Married only 7 months, it feels like years. Okay. Okay. Silly lady. Well, darn. Talk about something, Jeff. Come on. Chat's busy. I'm not going to cut out of here yet. So talk about something.
It's popping out finally for everybody who wants to be awake all night.
Yeah, everybody's finally all of the nighttime people have finally crawled out of their cave.
I need to not
call
take my sleeping meds before this.
Yeah, I'll call them at 5 o'clock in the morning when we're getting up and rolling.
Did you take your nighttime medication already, Ted?
All 6 of them.
All 6 of your melatonin.
I got 40 milligrams of melatonin, 3 Benadryl. My blood Zyrtec and a half in me right now.
Wow.
And I don't get to bed for a couple hours yet, but I get tired.
Oh, now this is a new one. My beagle he's staring out the window and he's not barking.
Welcome to the club, Jeff.
That's a new one.
Welcome to the club.
Oh, Wolfie got moonshine. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Welcome. You know you got stuff going on when a 90-pound dog jumps over 2.5 to 3 foot fence in the middle of the night, 1 o'clock in the morning, starts barking his head off at the front door.
I really get concerned when you send me videos of him sitting on the kitchen table.
Yeah.
That gets a little strange.
That's a
Oh,
little different.
When you get up to take him out, he goes outside, sniffs around, and goes right back in the house.
Wow.
I mean, that dog's big enough. If he jumps up on you, he'll knock you down and hurt you. I mean, we used to have a. Don't want to sound mean here.
Don't tell
but we
our
used to
secret,
have-
Blue-Eyed.
We used to have like a telephone pole in the ground here, and like a 3/8, and he took off. He took off after the neighbor's dog the one time that got loose, and he ripped the telephone pole out of the ground.
Wow.
And he went up across the yard, dragging him, the chain, and the freaking telephone pole up the driveway.
Wow.
Dogs can definitely pick up on stuff better than we can.
Oh,
They
yeah.
can also see figures and stuff.
that's what he's doing.
I truly think that animals can see deceased people and not just us.
Obviously, my lab doesn't
Just like
very much.
babies. Like, hey, I have the last part. I have the last
Shut up,
part
Cindy.
there. I have the last.
Yeah, Ted, you're 21. What do you need that for?
Have a good time. When you take bipolar meds, you use all you got.
I have to close this window because this dog keeps sniffing. And he's like, "What?"
Well, when you're on 400 bipolar med, then you'll get it.
I told you you
But,
couldn't sit on the bear rug, but
Yep.
I'll make an exception.
Pyro, yes, I have yes from tractor pulling content. Yep, that's my main channel. We're just using this until the YouTube version
Hot outside.
of the Cryptid channel here gets a little more. So I'll figure it out. It'll take off. Yep. Be careful; it might give you a rash.
No, it doesn't really do that, but
No, his earlier comment that I didn't put up there.
oh, I was like, oh, that's something new I got to watch out for.
We went from Bigfoot to Viagra. I don't get it, but okay.
My life is sponsored by Blue Chew. Don't worry. That's one of my sponsors: Red Bull, nicotine, and Blue Chew.
Yeah, I guarantee he won't blink for 2 days.
Who said that?
Greg House.
Of course he did.
You like his background, Greg? He designed that after you. Made sure
I
that
already
mountain was
had
up
the,
there. And
the deer head was already here.
okay. Man, that's a long drive to work, Mark. At least you made it in one piece. We're in Jeff and I are in Street, Maryland, which is along we're like 5 minutes, not quite 5 minute drive from Pennsylvania, and Ted is in the Lancaster County side of Susquehanna River in Washington Borough.
Yeah,
It does
Greg,
not have
I
any
don't. I
red
don't
lights.
have the redneck bomb shelter, but I'm close to it.
I just have a craft room. That's all we got.
This is one of my areas where my mounts are.
Got to work on that
I
microphone.
gotta
Yeah, we need to just send a freaking mic crew to your house whenever you do this.
It'll work a lot better once I get the tablet set up and get set.
String up the freaking boom mics that are like this.
I love putting the messages up, so you got to. It goes from relaxed to
Hey, there's we got ducks, we got pheasants, and there's the bear.
ZHI Moore.
Mark, if you really need a guess, Friday Jeffrey there stood you up.
Oh.
I gotta go take care of the girlfriend.
Damn.
You see him every morning.
Damn.
Since Big Chief's in the chat, I'll have to play Little Chief.
Little Chief. But anyway,
That
45-minute drive. That sucks. Wow.
That does suck. I have like a 30 minute
That's where
drive when I
Mark
get
has
there.
to drive 45 minutes?
Yeah.
Damn.
It used to be like that for job sites for me. I used to have to drive like an hour and a half on job sites.
I opened the door.
Working up in Schuylkill Haven, driving an hour and a half up there.
I go to Schuylkill Haven every August.
Yep.
We have a tractor up there at the fair.
Yeah. For like 3
Woodwalkers,
months.
string and aluminum foil. It's kind of like that. It's kind of like if you ever go to Jerry, you ever go to D&J to the Amish hardware? Where would you
Yeah,
go
I've
to
been
get?
there.
You know how they notify people down in the warehouse?
No.
They holler down a tube and use a bicycle horn.
Do they? I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it.
I've witnessed this before. That's
I don't.
Amish. That's Amish communication.
He's
Bicycle
invested.
horn down a piece of PVC pipe. That tells them someone's coming.
Ted's investigating out the window again. I want photos, or it's not true.
I mean, there's dogs barking now, so I don't know.
Just pretend the dog barks at nothing.
Right? I wish. I freaking wish. After what happened to me, I do not pretend nothing is nothing anymore.
That's right. Yep.
When
I
something
might be
goes
telling you
bump in the
something.
night, whenever something goes bump in the night, I do not ignore it anymore.
Yeah.
Now, you can't afford to ignore any noise
Heck.
anymore.
Walking out of the truck at 4 o'clock in the morning whenever I go to work. All the lights are on and everything, and I still don't like it. What?
I'm my ex to keep quiet.
Half of mine bark too, don't worry. Hell, most of them do it.
That's happened to me, Greg. I wasn't really looking out at the window. But yeah, it ain't fun.
I'd probably try to go grab it, honestly. I'm old enough to know better, but I'm dumb enough to not give a shit.
Turn the fan
Probably
on,
not
dear. I'll be there
grab it.
shortly. Did you make my ice cream?
And then somebody else will pop in the chat. Then it's going to be 3 hours then.
Yeah, Spencer will finally figure out we're on here, and he'll like wake up from his nap or something.
I ain't
I'm
going to be
in
here.
bed by then.
He's done
I'm about
crying
ready
and-
to go. So
I'll be in bed by then.
yeah.
I'm about
I
to
think
start
this is-
ignoring what
I
goes
think this has
bump in
been
the
pretty
night.
good for a first night.
Yeah.
It wasn't as big of a shit show as I expected.
Well, gee, thanks, buddy. Gosh. Wow.
I'm talking.
And I was going to
I'm
make you a
talking
star.
about- I'm talking about me, not you two.
Yeah. Thank you, dear. Did you get my ice cream made yet?
Wolf, why does that name sound so familiar?
What name?
What's that?
That wolf guy that keeps popping up in chat. Why does that name sound familiar?
I've seen him in somewhere else.
Yeah, Greg, we're going to break that one night probably.
You guys are
Yeah,
gonna break
Greg.
that one night.
Greg and them start
You-
pulling knives out.
There's a correction of we. You guys are gonna break that, find that at one ounce.
You'll be out. You can do it. You're young.
Tell him. Yeah, Ted's 21 and he's gonna crack out before everybody else does.
Okay, Ted.
Oh, probably. I don't know.
Well, there's your answer.
I don't know.
Hell,
Message me
do
on
a
there
6
sometime.
hour and go to the barn.
Thank you, Nicole. We appreciate it.
Thanks, Nicole.
Yes, absolutely.
It helps out doing this and
Awesome.
getting out in the this touchy.
Y'all just keep typing messages
He's
so I
playing
keep putting them
possum.
up there. You notice every time I put one up there, Jeff's got to go from relaxed up here to read it. So he's really working them abs tonight.
And again, if anybody wants to hit us up, ask questions, report anything, let us know.
Yep.
You know, hit up the page. We'll be in there.
Just relax, Jeff. You're safe so far.
Yeah, Jeff, need help.
What did you have difficulties with? Yeah, maybe I shouldn't ask that question.
Oh, hang on.
Yeah, Joe Parker was part of that 6-hour marathon. That's right. I believe.
Yeah, and everybody starts pulling out.
Yeah.
Everybody starts pulling out machetes and everything.
I got enough video cameras in this room to keep it going for about 8 or 10 hours.
My kid's wanting me to look at something. I don't know why he's awake.
Uh-oh.
What is it?
Uh-oh.
Oh.
He's
Fall
having
asleep.
child problems, Greg. Hang tight. Greg's talking to you. Hurry back, son.
Hold on, I'm coming, Greg.
Damn, we pop in at the same time. We're good.
What
What did I
was that,
miss?
Greg? I missed it.
What did I miss?
What did Greg say?
Can't you read?
No, I can't
No,
see it
it's not
because
up
I'm
there.
using my
It's
cell
not
phone
up
on
there.
the. I can't look in the chat because I'm doing this off my phone. Yeah, we're working on that, Greg. It's a bit of a learning curve. I'm still trying to understand all the Aboriginal talk. It's a little, he has to spell some things out for me. Although I'm still trying to get used to him calling in the middle of the night. That's
Yeah,
I really want to find one of those things that y'all were talking about that do not blow in the middle of the night. Really want to find one of them and start blowing in the middle of the night.
Oh dear God! You blow that thing, you might not have a house left.
Bring it.
Great. Hey, Greg House can tell you stories about that because he's been there.
Well, we keep on answering questions, so you might as well.
Poor Wendell said he couldn't find the chat tonight. I have it posted on the new Facebook page.
I thought he said he found it.
Wendell? Yeah. I got a message from him a little while ago.
Did he make it in here finally?
9:42, only 15 minutes ago or so. I haven't seen him.
I had to get Billy Schilling set up so he could find it.
Somebody help Wendell out. I'll go to bed. Y'all can keep it running. Just send me a text, Jeff, when you're done. I'll come shut it off.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Jeff will be the star.
That's probably what's going to happen when we do our marathon show.
Yeah. Hey, Greg, Greg, I can understand that. Yeah, I would be a little leery about that. I agree. I've never been around one, but it's probably for the best.
I really want to hear what happens.
Well, maybe Maybe one night we have Greg on and he can talk about that.
Greg and Coomba will tell you all about it,
Well, go ahead. Welcome.
and a few others.
Yeah. I remember Coonbo took it a while to find that thing, too.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, there goes the fire siren.
Uh-oh.
Probably. Message me on whatever one you're on now. That way I have a name to your face. Or a face and a name.
All right.
Unexperienced people. Ooh. I don't know about that one, but okay.
So far, yeah, I don't recommend it to anybody.
Where
You all right,
can we
Jeff?
get one? Where can we get one?
Sorry, it's under my eye.
Where can we get one?
Yeah, they're hard to find.
If you
Yeah,
can
drum
get me
pull.
one.
That's an interesting apparatus. Yeah.
Wow, River's gotten that the didgeridoo for me a few times.
About to say, I want to see what that does in the middle of the woods at 2 o'clock in the morning.
He said he's played it for him before. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what he said happened, but
Hey, look who joined us.
oh, there's Blaylock. Right before we all fall asleep.
Yeah. How about that?
Well, he's 3 hours removed
Yeah,
from
he's-
us, so
He's one of the West Coast fellers. He's got
yeah.
his night's young
sure
yet.
I'll be talking to him and River after this. River's probably rubbing two sticks together trying to get a signal right now to shofars are us.
That helps me out a lot.
They'd have Sasquatches breaking the windows at that place.
Jeff, when we come down and investigate your place, if I find one at a time, I'm bringing it
No,
down.
we're not doing that. You can find somewhere else to blow that thing. Because you can go home. I'm going to stay here and deal with it.
That's the point.
I'm going to buy a tank.
That's the point.
I'm going to be sleeping in a tank. If you wonder why there's a tank in my yard, that's probably why.
Yeah.
To borrow my neighbor's 20
That's
millimeter
probably-
cannon.
Billy, we don't have to. That's the thing, is we all don't have to stay up.
I don't know. Billy and I were on the phone till like 1 a.m. one night.
I don't know what time it is, but it's almost bedtime.
Yeah.
Ted, if you got to go, it's fine, brother.
It's fine.
Yeah.
River's
I mean,
probably
you gotta
eating
go up
grub
early.
worms. He said tastes like peanut butter.
Nasty.
He's probably putting white sauce on those too, Greg.
I don't want to boss. Is it what I'm thinking about or not?
It's like a Alabama thing. It's like
Okay.
white barbecue sauce,
Okay.
basically.
Should mind
Yeah,
out of the gutter.
Yeah,
I've never heard of that
it's
before.
Yeah, I go down south. I haven't eaten it yet. I'm still getting threatened by Spencer.
I agree with you, Joe. I just eat peanut butter too.
Hey, one morning I was talking to River and he was roasting a kangaroo on a spit.
I want to try that.
I would try the barbecue sauce. I've never had it. I'll try it.
I was talking about the kangaroo.
Oh.
I think River said it's not that great, but it's hey, if you gotta eat it.
Hey, not many people can say they've ever eaten a kangaroo.
No.
Well,
I'll
on this side of the country at
I'll
least.
pass on the lizards too. No thanks.
And the
They got all
grubworms.
sorts of stuff.
Screw that.
I think I'll eat anything in Alabama.
Oh, good Lord. Jesus Christ. Oh,
Oh, there goes Jeff again.
no. Like,
There we go. Peace and quiet. I'm just kidding.
Nope, never mind. It never muted
Yeah, thanks for
himself.
dropping in, Mark. Appreciate that, man.
I'm
Holler
coming
if you
back.
need anybody Friday. I should be available if you want somebody or whatever. I know you were talking about Jeff or something, so whatever.
I'll be back on there.
You'll be
And
back
if y'all-
on there.
Call me tomorrow.
If y'all want me to pop on, just let me know. It's gotta be
Mark's got a great show. I love his show.
Yeah.
be earlier.
It's
They
just
all do. I enjoy all the
yard.
shows.
Except for on the
You know-
weekends.
I'm not always on chat with a lot of these shows I'm watching, but I'm not on chat a lot because I have hard. Here I watch the shows on my big screen TV out in the living room,
The chat moves too fast sometimes.
Yeah.
You can't.
and I have the chat on my cell phone. It's constantly back and forth. Sometimes I'll just jump out of chat and just listen to them talk and watch them talk and stuff. But sometimes I jump on chat. Yep.
Yeah, chat flies a lot of times, and I'm trying to keep up with it. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Like you'll step away for like 2 seconds, and there's like 20 new messages.
Yeah. Right. I agree, Greg. No shofar blown anywhere near the man cave. Yep.
No, not at
Nope.
Greg's, not at my
We don't need
house.
You don't need it.
Greg doesn't need to do anything. Greg just has to be there.
Yep. Yep.
All right, well, we'll do it at my
crazy.
house and see how it goes.
Now you're far enough away. You go right ahead.
Yeah, you go right ahead.
I have enough boom tubes here in the house. I can take over a third world country, so I don't care.
We don't want to like that story about Coonbo had the siren call that MK Davis had. He had it playing on the
Billy, I might just try
on the
that.
subwoofers on his computer and accidentally called one to the house.
Yeah, it is.
That's
Yeah, I
right,
agree,
Greg.
Misty. Misty's right. You'd be surprised just trying to read chat. You miss a lot of what they're talking about on the show. That's why I'll stop chatting. And just,
Yeah.
Or Jeff
Sit and
pops
watch.
in there, then I start talking to Jeff, then I miss everything.
That's fine, Billy. Bring it. I've been doing this enough years. It's good.
Yeah, I'm liking this.
Yeah. Yeah, I'd love to hear the theory behind that, Greg, about the shofar. Yeah, I've listened to Coonbo a couple times.
Yeah, I've heard him
but,
talk
it's
to it
pretty-
a few times about it. It's very interesting.
Yeah, it is. It puts a whole new perspective on things with that subject.
Yeah, it definitely makes you. It definitely makes you think about.
Opens your mind.
outside of that. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean,
Spencer
there's a lot
Hill.
of I'm still laughing about the juice box in the corner.
Yeah.
Poor
Oh, boy.
possum.
Oh boy. Yeah. That's funny stuff. Funny stuff. At least he's got a good sense of humor, right?
Hopefully. Hopefully.
Poor guy.
Yep. Okay. Well, 2 hours
Yeah, I
and 14 minutes later, we're still here.
I think we I think
Barely.
we surpassed expectations for.
I don't want to tire Ted out too much. He won't be rested up by next Tuesday. So
He's got to
Yeah,
drive in the morning.
I have to pave in the morning, and that's my favorite activity.
Oh yeah.
Oh, you got to
Yeah.
haul asphalt tomorrow.
At least the weather's not real hot. So
And Jeff can attest to what it's like when I haul blacktop.
I've heard that. I've had those phone calls.
right.
Blacktop, welcome to putting trucks where trucks shouldn't be.
Oh boy.
Diaper change, was that Spencer?
That's hilarious.
Oh shit.
I have a feeling this is gonna.
The chat alone makes me laugh during these
Oh,
shows.
yeah.
Sometimes
Oh,
I can't even concentrate on the shows half the time because the chat's just crazy.
We need to have a Q&A
I'm
after
surprised
every.
Misty's not hitting me up for more cow pics. I don't even know if she looked at the last ones I sent her. Surprised she hasn't tried to come buy one from me yet.
Yeah.
Take it easy on little brother.
Brother. Oops.
Honestly, just keep the chat log up at this point. That way we can.
Yeah,
just
we
keep that
can
on.
all leave and keep the chat on.
Yeah, let them go. I don't care. It's fine. What else can we talk about real quick? I don't know.
Fuck, I don't know.
I don't know.
Other than the stuff happening in the backyard almost every night, I don't really know.
Yeah.
You need to put like a recorder out there or something so we can
Audio.
hear what kind of noises are going on in that thing.
It's weird. I mean, it'll be stuff talking. It'll be stuff talking to you. It's weird. There'll be whistles and calls.
After that gibberish I heard outside the night you were on the phone with me, I was like, what in the...
A little bit of
it's easy.
backstory for that, if nobody knows. I was laying in bed, and Jeff decided to call when I was going to bed. So I was on
I thought you
speakerphone.
called me.
No,
you were hearing
you called
something.
me.
Or no,
called
that's
me.
right. You texted me because you heard something,
Yeah,
and then I called you.
And then you called me, and I'm laying there, and it's on speakerphone, and Jeff goes, "What the hell is that?" And I was like, "I've been hearing it for the last hour, dude. I don't know." He's like, "Is it?" I was like, "Nobody's here. They're all in bed or not here." And he's like, "What the hell is that then?" I was like, "Dude, I don't know."
Don't pull a muscle there, Jeff.
I think that's suffocation at that point. I don't think giving a hug until he stops breathing is a good thing. I mean, I think that's a nice way we're gonna choke him out. Sometimes when me and Jeff are on the phone, I just want to do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we could have a podcast on what's happening in Ted's yard. That's what.
Yeah.
There will be some nights where I just get a really weird feeling, and I'll just go sit out on the porch with an AR on the patio with an AR.
Just sit on the porch with an AR.
And that's what Greg has to do when he's got to send poor Al to the Connex building.
It's not a thing or two to make a loud noise in the middle of the night just to get it to shut up.
Yep.
I still laugh hearing that story about Al having to go to the Connex building by himself in the dark.
It's not, unfortunately. I have it for more noise and people control, but I'm planning on getting an AR. Greg's got
a little bit of a bigger.
Yeah, I mean the biggest one.
Stick.
The biggest one that I have is like 4.5 foot tall with like a 3-foot barrel on it. Tailgate.
But you don't have it. Yours is a 5.56.
Yeah.
Yeah, Greg's got a couple.
I'm looking at getting a 7.62.
I think Greg got one. I'd rather have one in a 7.62
Hi,
or a
Patrick.
308. No, Patrick.
Yeah.
Jeff must be in a
Wake up,
1980s
Jeffrey.
Chinese movie because his lips are moving, but he's not talking until like 20 seconds afterwards.
I saw that. Man, oh man. So how about some freaky UFO lights up your way, Ted? Why we still got you awake? There's got to be something going on up there. All the
Yeah,
power
there are
companies,
sometimes. It's
nuclear
enough
power
to
plants.
notice, but it's what's that?
I said you got nuclear power plants north and south of you.
Yeah, there's some weird stuff that goes on, but I don't know. It's nothing really to talk about. It could be planes, it could not be planes, could be drones, could not be drones. I'm not too well versed in that kind of stuff. I mean, I've seen some weird shit in the sky, but I don't really.
Right.
Well, Wolf, that's you. Your profile picture keeps changing, but that's really good. You put that out there for the FBI to notice.
Yeah. Yeah.
We have no association with that. Just by the way, in case the we don't know who he is. We're just making that clear. I don't need to have an FBI agent go bumping the night around here. It's enough with an albatwitch and a Bigfoot and ghosts. I don't need the FBI here.
I wonder if anybody in the chat's ever heard of an albatwitch or knows what an albatwitch is. We're going to learn about that next Tuesday.
It can be dumbed down in like a 30-minute explanation, but we can make a 2-hour and 22-minute show of it. But no, it's apparently it has a call and only a few people can do it, and apparently only a few people know about it, and Tim knows about it. We'd love to see him, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Send him in. Don't know where you live at, but
She's in Tennessee.
she's in Tennessee. I'll be that way Friday, so.
Yeah, Ted's driving.
Well, I'm flying out. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Come back. Seizure warning. But no, I'm flying down Friday morning to go pick up a truck for the new boss in Arkansas. So I get the happy time of driving 1,300 miles back in a day and a half. In a tractor trailer. That has no radio. It does not have a radio in it. We found out.
Oh God!
So I'm going to be
really. That's weird.
listening to the radio, or not the radio, but the wind go past the window for 1,300 miles.
That's why you got this. That's why you got this.
Yeah. Hopefully there's a power outlet.
Night, Misty.
Still.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, the truck's almost $100,000, so I kind of figured it would have a radio in it, but it doesn't.
Wow.
It's got everything else except for radio, I guess.
Well, put one in it while you're there.
Well, I'm.
He got albatwitched.
Shit, it got him.
He'll be back. He's probably ready to fall asleep anyway.
Now my dog's up in my lap and it's like sniffing around. My lap doesn't care. She's asleep over there.
Definitely paying attention to that window over there.
Nothing's tapping on it, so I'm all right. Something starts tapping on this window, might get a little loud in here.
Yeah, right.
Oh, nope, there he is. Sorry, did that reloading thing again. I don't know what keeps happening, but
that's weird.
but no, yeah, I get to go to pretty much the Oklahoma border on Friday. So,
Lucky you.
right?
Lucky you.
And then end of the month, I get to go
He's
over the
gonna
road.
drive through. He's gonna be driving through all sorts of squatch country on his way back. Arkansas,
Pennsylvania, Virginia, West Virginia, Tennessee,
Peter
Kentucky,
Greg.
Illinois. What else?
Thanks for stopping in, Greg.
Mississippi.
Thank you. Go ahead,
Uh,
Ted. Sorry.
It's 1,100 miles with the toll roads, and it's 1,300 miles without the tolls.
Hmm.
But I'll probably be going right past Misty's house. My luck.
Probably gonna be past
Yeah.
Roger too. Roger's out there too.
If she lives along 40.
Yeah, he's down south of Murfreesboro.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've been very
Oh.
near him.
I'll be driving through the central area of Tennessee and Kentucky.
Yep.
Yeah, so I get to do that, which is fun. So yeah, if you're going to be hitting me up on Friday and Saturday and maybe Sunday, I got all the time in the world to answer questions.
There you go.
I got nothing better to do,
10-4.
which should be fun. I've never flown on a plane before, so that should be fun.
Ah,
Oh,
it ain't
dear
no big
God.
deal. It ain't no big deal.
You've never been on one.
No.
Yeah.
Hell, I'm surprised you have been, Jeff.
Oh, I've been on them several times, mainly going to Florida. Texas,
fine.
Florida.
They're fine till you got to
Arizona.
land in Louisville. You got to land in Louisville. That's a short runway. Ain't no fun.
No, we got to go to
That's a pretty hard
O'Hare,
stop.
and then they're going to O'Hare, and then we're going to Fayetteville or small airstrip in Gentry.
Yep.
And then driving the rest of the way.
I flew into Dallas one time and then had to take one of them little puddle jumpers over to the Central Texas, and they were sucking gophers out of the runway with a hose and a vacuum truck when we got there.
So was it the same plane as Ron White was talking about, or not?
Yeah, right.
We got passed by a flock of geese. Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
We're going to beat the paramedics there.
Whole way to the scene of the crash. Meet him by
Yeah. Yeah.
Go around.
All right, guys. I'm ready to pull the plug.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah,
Me too.
Work comes
shit, I
early
was
in
in
the
that
morning.
minute. I was on hour and 30.
So,
Shit, I just
well,
realized
hey,
what time
got a
it
lot
is.
of regulars came in here tonight. We appreciate it. We'll be back next
Yeah.
Tuesday.
Yeah.
We're gonna
Hop
again. We're
on.
gonna put Ted on the spot with the Alba Twitch subject, and it's gonna be pretty cool listening about that. And hopefully
Well,
his
we're
guest
gonna go
works
from
out
there.
with that. And
I'll
we'll
have
get
to
the link out a
reading
little
that.
sooner next time.
I'll have to be reading up on that this week when I have time.
Yeah, it's all good. Yep, we all do. I need to as well, but time is like null and void right now. For
Well,
me,
if Cindy wants to help research, let me know.
yeah, she gets
seems
time.
to be
She'll
the
do it.
researcher.
Wow, Nicole's still here. All right, why are you so quiet? Where have you been hiding? You'll
Next to the
try
guy in the
to
corner.
tune next week. You'll try to tune in next week. Really?
We're not about trying here. We're yes or no.
That's right. That's right. You bet, David. Thanks for joining us. Appreciate it. Yep. All right. Well, Jeffrey, any final words there?
Nope, I just think everything.
Well, that's a first. That's a first.
I'm kind of I'm really surprised at how well everything went.
Yeah. What? I told you it's a piece of cake. You'd be fine. It's no problem.
And
Now, next week it'll
He's
get a
not-
little interesting when you're starting to focus on one subject, but which
Yeah.
we know won't last long. But... Night, Joe. Appreciate you joining us, man.
yeah,
All
thank
right.
you guys for popping on.
We are
And,
gonna I guess I'll close out with. We'll close out with the intro. I didn't make an outro yet, so we'll just let them.
But
It's all good. You guys sit tight. No, see you backstage here. Everybody else, thanks for joining us. Next Tuesday, 8 p.m. is the thoughts. That's when we're going to be back next week. So
hopefully,
see ya.
see you, boys
Yeah.
and women.